How does a man win 1,251 matches while looking like he's barely trying? Between 2004 and 2007, Federer only lost 24 times, yet half his opponents said they never felt in control. How did the man who made tennis look so easy suddenly find the game turning against him? At 14, a boy from Basel hurled rackets like they insulted him. He can't stand losing a single point. Fast forward a few years and the same kid stands at Wimbledon, calm as stone, reading his opponent's mind before the ball even leaves the strings. In 1998, Roger Federer turned pro. All talent, no patience. His first Grand Slam match ends in straight sets, 6-3, 6-3, 6-1, but the hype fades when he keeps collapsing in small finals. Coaches mutter that he has the hands of a champion and the mind of a storm. Then Peter Carter enters, an Australian coach with a quiet voice and a mind for discipline. Carter doesn't fix Federer's backhand, he rewires his emotions. Breath before motion, calm before chaos. Federer starts practicing silence. In 2002, tragedy hits. Carter dies in a car accident. Federer breaks down, then rebuilds himself through purpose. The next summer, he won Wimbledon at 21, the first of 8 by 2009. He fired 50 aces in the final, wrapping it up under 4 hours. The angry kid becomes an ice-cold assassin. His shots carry the same violence, only now they arrive wrapped in stillness. And yet, deep under that calm, the storm never fully leaves. The need to control everything becomes both his superpower and his curse. A calm so perfect that one crack could break it all apart. He walks like he's out for coffee, but when the ball leaves his strings, it's like a physics lesson in disguise. His forehand bends air, his serve freezes time, and his footwork looks like choreography filmed in slow motion. Between 2004 and 2007, Federer won 11 of 16 Grand Slams and maintained an 80% plus win rate across 8 consecutive seasons. Rivals train harder, bulk up, hit bigger, and still fail to find the code. Sports scientists finally start measuring the myth. Biomechanics labs record his body moving 80 milliseconds earlier than the average ATP pro. He's not reacting, he's predicting. Shoulder tilt, wrist angle, leg pressure, all decoded in fractions of a second. He also posts one of the most balanced stat sheets in modern tennis. Tennis Abstract data shows his winners to errors ratio outclasses nearly every rival in history. He controls chaos without showing effort, using rhythm and pause like tactical weapons. Players often say it feels like he's there before the ball. That illusion destroys confidence. You swing harder, he moves quieter. You attack, he absorbs. You self-destruct. Federer's style becomes so pure that people confuse ease with magic. Yet behind that calm, his body carries the toll of thousands of invisible micro-decisions. And when the era of unrelenting topspin and defense-first dominance finally rises, even his effortless genius begins to feel the weight of time pressing down. It's 2008. The sky over London darkens. Two men trade perfection for almost 5 hours, each point heavier than the last. Federer versus Nadal. Grace versus grit. Precision versus chaos. Federer hits 89 winners and 25 aces in 4 hours and 48 minutes, yet loses 6-4, 6-4, 6-7, 7-6, 9-7. It's the moment the empire shakes, the match that defines an era. He walks off the court, eyes hollow but head high, knowing the throne has been touched. Then comes Djokovic, younger, faster, hungrier. Nadal tears through clay. Djokovic masters the baseline. Federer's one-handed backhand becomes a target, his timing less godlike. Between 2010 and 2013, his win rate against top 10 players drops from 83% to 59%. The body slows, the rallyists stretch, the physics start catching up. But Federer refuses to fade out. At 35, after knee surgery, he rebuilds himself. New racket, new stance, shorter swing, closer positioning. At the 17 Australian Open, he saved 2 match points in the semi-final and defeated Nadal in the final, his 18th Grand Slam title after everyone counted him out. That comeback doesn't restore the illusion of invincibility, it replaces it with something deeper, resilience. He proves the rule of time can be bent, if only for a while. And yet, when you redefine perfection twice, what happens when the world starts demanding it forever? Everyone wanted to be Federer. Nobody wanted to pay the price. During his peak, junior tennis participation exploded by 38%, but burnout doubled. Every kid tries to swing like him. Smooth, silent, flawless. Coaches call it the Federer effect, inspiration that turns into exhaustion. What they can't imitate is what hides behind the beauty, the invisible data running under his calm. Sports psychology research shows elite athletes anticipate events non-linearly, reading chaos before it happens. Federer operates in that state at every point, translating noise into rhythm in real time. Andy Roddick once said, "I hit 50 aces and he still looked like he'd gone for a walk." That's the truth. Federer wins without strain. According to Tennis Abstract, his career average sits around 19.7% winners versus 16.2% errors, an absurd balance in the sports scales. And for all the talk of finesse, his fastest serve hits 135 miles per hour, beauty backed by blunt force. Yet success built on effortlessness breeds isolation. Crowds cheer, but secretly crave to see cracks. Rivals stop aiming to win, they aim to break his aura. He stands alone, both loved and trapped by his own myth. Because when perfection becomes your brand, every drop of sweat feels like betrayal. And the moment you stop making it look easy, they call it decline. London, September 23rd, 2022. Federer walks out beside Nadal, the rivalry melting into friendship under the lights. The crowd stands before the first serve. Everyone knows this is the last one. He finishes his career with 1,251 wins, 275 losses, 103 titles, 20 majors, and an 82% win rate. The kind of numbers that sound fictional, yet numbers can't measure reverence. He leaves behind a belief system that grace, composure, and decency can still dominate. Federer redefined greatness by blending mastery with humanity. Djokovic admits, "Facing Roger taught me more than winning ever will." Nadal calls him a mirror for everything I wanted to become. Even after retiring, his following grows faster than any active players, because his story transcends winning. It's about making pressure look peaceful, about losing beautifully, about leaving before the game forgets you. He turned control into art and emotion into architecture. When he hit his final shot, he didn't end something, he finished it perfectly. Time eventually beats everyone, but Federer didn't lose to it. He shook its hand, smiled, and walked off. And long after the match ended, the game kept playing in his rhythm. Proof that some legacies don't stop, they just change courts. If Federer's story hit you the way his game did, stay, subscribe, like, and keep watching. Because the next story starts right where his legacy refuses to fade.